Hey everyone, Tech here. Welcome to Tech's Tavern, and this is a quick look video for the game Krater. This just came out on Steam, I believe the day before yesterday, and it's a kind of a isometric squad-based action RPG type of a game. And I've actually been pretty impressed with the game so far. I'm not real far into it, but I wanted to kind of do a quick video to show you guys a little bit about what's going on. And I'm in town right now. This is probably, I would say, maybe a little over an hour into the game. And I came here I got a quest. I traveled from one town to another. And let's go ahead and get the quest and then get into a combat area. But looking for a team known as the Descendants. What kind of job was that? Don't know that either, but when it comes to that crew, it typically involved going somewhere unsafe and doing something dangerous. They seem stoked about it. Probably expected a big paycheck. Okay. Alright. And then it looks like we have a couple other... This thing here, it has a real feel, if you can tell, like, watching it already, is, you know, you kind of move around similar to, like, say, a action RPG like Diablo, but you're controlling 3 characters, and they all have different, loadouts and boosters, and we'll get to some of that stuff in a second. But they all have individual weapons. They did a real good job, I thought, with the squad screen here, where you can see the 3 different characters you have, and you can trade characters in and out. And my understanding, which is I'm not real clear on yet, but it seems a little awkward, is that as the game goes on, you're almost actually forced to trade members, because I think members, some of your characters get capped at their levels. For instance, see these characters, they all say like rank 2 of 5, and these guys are 4 of 5. And I think that means that they can only get to level 5, and I don't think you can level them past that. So when they get maxed out, you have to go, if you want somebody that can be higher level, you have to go get a different guy and swap them in, I believe. And as you notice here, I actually have 4 different guys. I have this guy too, but I'm not using him right this second. So I'm still a little confused on that whole aspect of the game. But the game kind of reminds me of like the early Dungeon Siege, like the first and second Dungeon Siege games, or maybe like the I don't know, any of the early like the Baldur's Gate type stuff. You know, it's similar to something like that. You can't do any pausing in the combat, and you have 3 characters. If you look at the buttons down here, each character has 2 different abilities. So I have like a tank character who has the 1 and 2 button. The healer has the 3 and the 4, and then I have a DPS that has the 5 and the 6. So it's kind of a neat, you know, nice compact system the way that works. I think this thing here is a gather 15 jars of cool slime. Okay, it's kind of like a mission terminal similar to, you know, I don't know, like on a Borderlands or something to that effect. Okay, let's go over here and try to turn this quest in real quick. It has a pretty extensive crafting system as well, which I may try to show some of that later in the video, possibly. We're searching for a team. Okay. I see another question mark over here, so let's keep checking.
Hey you! I like turtles.
Okay. So now it's saying to go over here. So I'm doing a little running around. Okay. Where directors look. Okay, so I need to go to the Elmer Woods.
Hello.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and do this so you can kind of see how the combat works and all that. Like I said, I've been pretty impressed with the game. It has a good feel. As you can tell in comparison to some of these, it's a kind of a post-apocalyptic like Sweden, I guess, is where the game is actually sort of based around. But you can tell it doesn't have the typical dreary brown, washed out, destructed. You know, it's actually pretty vibrant and colorful, which is definitely different for this type of game. One thing I was going to show you here real quick, because I think I have some that I need to fit, is like the boosters and things you can do. Is your characters, they do have weapons and things like that. They only have a weapon. You don't have a whole lot of their armor that you're having to keep up with, but you have boosters and implants. Now the boosters, they kind of unlock at a level pace, and then they're tied to one of your two abilities. So you can kind of see my guy, this is my DPS guy, he has a stab ability, and then he has a lacerate, which is kind of a AoE ability, so to speak. And so you can, at level 2, I can put one booster here, so I'm going to do one of these damage ones. So you put it there, and then I get level 4, I guess I'll be able to put one on this other ability. And I don't quite understand this system here. I guess it's just like a save. You hit operate, and I guess it puts it in your brain. And then you have implants, and implants work in the same system. They kind of unlock as you go along. Which I think with this guy, I'll go ahead and give him one of the strength ones. And then we'll put one of the strength ones on our melee guy. And then our healer here, we'll put this intelligence one. And then we'll put a defense one. And I'll just wait on that. That doesn't really help it, I don't think. So anyway, so you kind of see. I mean, you got the boosters and the implants, and then the only thing you're really equipping your characters with, other than that, is a weapon. And then you have, this is like a gadget slot where you put like grenades and things like that. But you know, you're not really worried about all the armor and other items, which is good. That's fine. I mean, I like the implant system. Seems to be pretty neat. So, turn around here. Let's see, we got some, and like I said, there's a lot of crafting materials and things here too. If you look here, the inventory's done real well. They separate all the weapons into a tab. Then you have upgrades, crafting. I actually have some plans here I need to memorize. That's a heal one, and they just patched it actually to separate the crafting. The crafting stuff used to go into the upgrades, I think, or valuables. Valuables is just vendor trash or mission items, I think. And I do want to say too is that since the game released a couple days ago, the developers have already put 3 patches out, which have fixed some pretty key items, and that's really actually very impressive. It seems the developers are really on the ball about continuing to improve the game. So, okay, we'll loot that. See, I did my DPS abilities, and I'm going to do the healer here. Because that guy was getting hurt, so I did a heal on him. So I can pop another heal there. I'll pop one more. Okay, so we got another fight right there. I like the effect too. You see the effect of the tree, how it kind of blurs when you get in the foreground there. It's kind of, that's pretty well done. Ooh, man. A focus injector. That would be good for the healer, I guess. Yeah, let's go and check this little alleyway. But you can kind of see the combat, it's very action-y based. I mean, it's almost kind of like you're playing a single character. I mean, to a degree. Because you don't see me, I'm not having to sit here and micromanage the guys. I mean, I'm just kind of moving them around as if I was moving one character, and then using the 6 abilities almost as if you were using one character, but it's actually 3 different characters. So you're kind of having to, as far as the healing goes, kind of, you know, manage and watch the healing and stuff. But here I'm going to do an AoE. That's an AoE taunt ability. That I did there, the little explosion thing. Getting some crafting materials there. So I think one of our quests, we're getting slime jars or something. Let's see here again. That's a aggro. So I'm getting my tank to get the aggro, this top guy here. Which works really well. And this is another crafting material, I think, isn't it? Or no, that's a mission item. Okay. 2 of 15. Wow. This place must be pretty big. And like I said, the camera, you can kind of zoom in. You know, you can kind of zoom in pretty close. But obviously, you're going to want to keep it out. Now, this might be a tough fight here, because that's a... looks like a bigger mob. Ooh, what's that thing over there? Ooh, that's a big old boy. Looks like you get to him this way, though. Alright, my healer. I'm about to do a little bit of healing on this one, it looks like. Okay, heal everybody up. At first, when I first started playing, it seemed like the difficulty was really easy on the game, but then the last couple areas I've gotten into here, it is definitely, the fights have been more difficult. A barbell, bruiser weapon. Let's take a look at that one weapon real quick. And kind of show you how it works so well. See, I can click up here on the tank guy, and then I can just kind of look at the weapons here. 6.4. That is higher DPS. I lose the defense, though. I think I'll stick with that one. 3.8. I don't think I've gotten any better weapons for him. I haven't really gotten anything for him either. I could put I'll put that gadget on the medic, I guess. And the gadgets, you just put them on here. And then, as you can see, they show up over here. So, actually, let me, my mouse is screwing up on me here. Sorry about that. Let me turn my, dang, my mouse. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's the game or if that's just my, my actual mouse here screwing up on me. Okay, let's move the camera around in this way. Okay, and then 7 is that grenade I guess I could use. Let's think about... It's actually kind of neat too, because the heal, the number 4 heal, which I haven't used it that much, but it's kind of like a stream heal, where you can kind of like, it looks like Team Fortress 2, where you can kind of just keep constant healing. It's pretty interesting. Take all that stuff. Alright, so that probably gives you guys a pretty good look, but I mean, you can kind of see here, the game has a mission log. You can kind of see the missions that we're working on here. I gotta get the 15 slimes, and you know, it has a nice little mission system. The UI is pretty nice and clean. One button I'll point out to you if you happen to get the game that you might not notice right away is when you get in these instances like this and you get way down in it, they do have an extract to surface button, which is really nice and convenient. You know, you get to the very end of it and you finish the whole area, you don't have to run all the way back to the entrance. It's just like you hit that and it ports you right to the outside, so that's pretty nice. And like I said, it's, you know, it's a pretty fun game. I'm not real far into it. I had thought about doing a little more, kind of a mini series, you know, like a Let's Play series on it, but I think I'm gonna wait and get a little further into the game and see how it fleshes out, maybe a couple more hours in. And but so far, I've been very impressed with the game, and it's a lot of fun. So again, this is Krater. You can find it on Steam. It's only $20 for the, I guess, kind of the collector's edition, which includes a soundtrack. Which the soundtrack, as you can hear a little bit, is very well done. Kind of reminds me of a you know, kind of a John Carpenter Escape from New York, you know, Blade Runner kind of a feel to it, which is very well done for this type of a game. So anyway, again, it's Krater, and so far it looks great. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're into these kind of a squad-based action RPG. It does not have multiplayer or co-op yet, but the developers have already said that that is coming in a free DLC, along with a lot of other free DLC, that they've said this is kind of the first part and that they have multiple other parts. Some of it's going to be free, I guess some may be a large paid DLC, but supposedly there's a ton of content they're going to put out for free. So that's another good sign from the developers as well. So anyway, again, that's it. Thanks for watching.